How's it going, you guys? So welcome back to the channel, and with this video I'm just gonna go over things that are happening in my life right now. So first of all, we're straight into it. The workflow here, I'm gonna use this TV as a little workstation. I'm gonna connect not that laptop, but some other laptop right over there, and I'm going to basically it's gonna be a MacBook Pro, and I'm gonna connect it to that TV. Gonna provide a really immersive work experience, and that's something that I'm really looking forward to because with the small laptop, sometimes it's just annoying with all the different things maybe you have going on. Also, Chrome, even if I have like 20 tabs open, like it's just one application. I'm just having Chrome open. Sure, it has 20 tabs, but it's just Chrome, and that thing still lags. So I'm like, it's gotta go. Anyways, I would also say that I like Mac OS more than Windows OS, to be honest. But let's move forward with this kind of idea here about changing this room up. So I talked about immersion, right? Immersion, because the TV is really big, it allows you to just like kind of focus on it. The reason why I think immersion is really important is because of one of the new skill sets that I'm trying to pick up. So one of the new skill sets that I'm trying to pick up is going to be trading. So day trading, futures trading. Many people here will now say this is not the best thing for me to do with my time, but I figure if I'm using a practice account, right? And well, let's get into this, right? If I'm properly managing my risk and I'm trying to find a consistent strategy that works, and by doing that, I'm ultimately trying to get down to some kind of algorithmic process, because the mind does work in algorithms. We're not trying to trade based off emotions. We're trying to trade as objectively as possible. And with the help of different learning devices, I've been like killing these mosquitoes left and right. With the help of these different learning devices, it'll be a lot easier for me to use algorithms and understand them and study them more as I trade. Okay, so right, this is why being immersed in the experience is important, because when you wake up and you go about your life and do a bunch of stuff that distracts you from your purpose before going into it, then you really won't be as focused. You won't be, yeah, of course you won't be as focused, right? But you won't be as able to make rational decisions, which is what really is the important thing at hand. You'll notice too that if you wake up, and I mean this is honestly just me. This is honestly just maybe me. But since I've been so caught up in work, I haven't made as much time for the gym recently. And ultimately, I believe that I want to make more time for the gym, because without the gym, I just kind of feel like, ugh, I don't have the confidence that I like. I don't have that vitality. And so I want to make some kind of, some kind of a gym space in this garage. Maybe put like a stationary bike in there for some fasted cardio in the morning. That's a pretty good idea. Like get an assault bike or something like that, and then pair that with like a pull-up bar, maybe a dip bar. And my neighbor honestly has a really good gym setup, dude. He has like barbells and stuff like that. Like I'm trying to get like that. That'd be pretty dope. But also the gym has a bunch of equipment. Like Flex Fitness has a bunch of equipment. It's not a bad idea, for me to join Flex Fitness. But now talking about like other things here, right? It's not just about fitness. We're also trying to help others get into fitness. So this leads me into my next kind of job. I'm going completely off script, but I'm at 24 Hour Fitness, okay? And so I'm just learning more about coaching, all right? I need a lot more experience, I think, in developing those conversations and understanding what really gets to some people, because some clients are pretty good. Some clients just understand what they need to do, and they need someone to guide them to do that. And they need someone to provide structure, to provide a good routine, for them to explain the benefits of training, really just trying to maximize their current focus or perspective on fitness so that they can get more benefits out of it. Maybe they've trained before and they're trying to get back into it, for example. And then there's another kind of people, who have never trained before in their life, and they've never been on a diet in their life. And with these people, it is sometimes extremely difficult to get across the benefits of training, and that's fundamentally because of the fact that it takes time, and especially when there's a lot of bad habits that are already there, they're hard to break. Someone who has a social network built upon, various people who also haven't trained, right? Um, a lot of the times they're going to use going out as an excuse. A lot of the times, situations come up where they're just trying to enjoy their life and they don't want to deal with the fact that they have to eat healthy, for example. And for these people, I believe that they have not truly understood the joys of eating healthy and sticking to a balanced diet and sticking to a balanced fitness routine, because anyone who truly has understands the fact that it provides so much vitality to your life. It more than vitality, it just makes you feel more confident, makes you feel good. And here's the deal. It's that the body essentially acts as a vessel for you to understand the world through, right? You have your sensory mechanisms such as your sight, touch, taste, hearing, right? All these different things for you to gather information about what reality actually is. Okay, and when you numb this system or dampen its ability to pick up a signal, right? What tends to happen is that you don't feel as immersed in the actual world and you don't live up to your true potential. I think that this is so much more of an important outlook than just feeling good. It's not just feeling good, it's about you're trying to be more understanding of what life can truly offer you. And that won't be able to happen if you have a disconnect of some sort with your body and you feel as if that you're not, that's the thing, you won't really feel it as if you have a disconnect with your body, because you don't know what you don't know until you've actually tried some kind of training fitness routine or something of that sort. You wouldn't really be able to experience that fully. And there's a lot of nuance here. Some people can't get it right, and what does it even mean to get it right? For each person, it's going to depend, because each person's sensory mechanisms are going to be completely different, right? And I think that this is one of the things where we have to think about having maybe more than 5 senses, right? For example, one extra sense, so to speak, is proprioception, where you're able to understand where your body is without ever looking at it, and you're able to just feel your body through space and time. That's not a sense in the traditional sense of the 5 senses, but you still sense, you use it, and there's very subtle things too that your body can sense that maybe you haven't even looked into yet, which could really contribute to a lot of value in your life if you picked up on those senses and you're able to pick up on certain cues and use them to your advantage. And so ultimately, I think it is totally possible, if not, like it wouldn't be any other way for you to both maximize your fitness and maximize, your ability to train your body, and also maximize your ability to be fully intelligible and understand all the different truths of the world and contemplate them to a sufficiently deep and sophisticated manner, right? You compare that, with actually being able to communicate clearly with your audience, and you're an unstoppable weapon, right? For people who think that their life is already over, I don't think that's the case. I think that everyone can ultimately make a change just through the different interactions that you have in everyday life. When you're immersed into a subject fully and you really tie your belief system to some parts of that subject, it's gonna just come up automatically. You don't have to bring it into conversation. It will bring itself up just because it has integrated itself into who you are. And that's what we're trying to get at. Okay, so that's about it for y'all. I think I made a good point here. I think someone's coming too, so peace.